Welcome to my new series, Controversial Coaster Opinions. In this series, we will be talking about, controversial coaster opinions. So sit back, relax, and enjoy my ranting about a certain coaster or theme park. Also, this video is strictly my opinion. I do not expect many people to have the same opinion, and it is completely fine to disagree with it. Anyways, let's hop into the video. Tennessee Tornado is an aero looper located at Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. The ride was the last ever aero looper to open, and it was designed by the legend Alan Schulke. The ride replaced Thunder Express, Dollywood's old mine train, and gained lots of hype when it opened. The ride has a height of 163 feet, but the drop is only 128 feet. It has a maximum speed of 63 miles an hour in 3 inversions. Also, it has a ride time about as short as an RMC Raptor. I think this ride looks good on paper, but when you actually ride it, it almost feels depressing how short it is. Back in mid-2020, I got caught in the hype train of Tennessee Tornado and Dollywood in general. It sounded like this coaster was uber intense, and there were really forceful inversions. But what made me even more hype is that it was designed by Alan Schulke. Let's look at some Reddit comments about this ride. It's my favorite aero. That loop is so smooth. That loop looks so daunting from the ground, and it is honestly my favorite aero without a doubt. It's so wild riding in the back car of an aero and not bracing for any janky track work or banging your head at all. That plunge through the mountain is just delish. This is not only the best aero layout I've been on, but the only aero that doesn't hurt me. The drop and pretzel loop feel insane. Wait, what? This ride has a pretzel loop now? If you can't tell already, you now know that this ride has a major fan base. When I went to Dollywood for the first time, I went straight to this ride because the setting of this coaster is very nice, I thought at the time. I actually had no idea what I was thinking. I was very impressed by the entrance building as it gives off the vibe that a tornado destroyed it, which I guess is theming? Once you board the trains, you pull down the classic over-the-shoulder restraints, and this is where the problems begin. This and corkscrew at 0 point were the only times I felt headbanging with these restraints, and it seems odd, especially since this ride is 23 years old, and corkscrew. After going up the lift that gives actually stellar views, you take a pre-drop before dropping into a tunnel down a mountainside, and this drop is great, in the beginning at least. The airtime towards the back is pretty good, and you even jump into a tunnel which amplifies the speed. But the valley at the bottom did not give any force, even though people say it did. The first loop is fine, but it does not give off any force, and you don't even get hang time. However, you ain't seen nothing yet if you think this ride is bad. The second loop is very jarring. It does not give off forces, and the Sidewinder is quite underwhelming too, even though it gives a decent dose of positives and some headbanging. After that, you literally hit the brakes, screaming for Advil, despite just clearing the lift about 30 seconds ago. This ride had so much potential on the mountainside, but they just decided to end it abruptly. I don't really get the point in doing that. I honestly think that Dollywood would have been better keeping their mine train instead of removing it for this ride. As they started to get more inversion-focused coasters at the turn of the century, I tried to give this ride a second chance last March, but I got the same experience as the first 2 times. But to answer the question, is this ride good? I would say partially. It does shine in the drop and unique setting, but the rest of the ride is very underwhelming. I have rides like Carolina Cyclone over this coaster, but that's a topic for another controversial coaster opinions video. I would actually like to highlight the good moments of this ride, like the lift, the brakes, and the station. I'm joking. This ride has some good elements, but I personally do not enjoy them whatsoever, even though you may. Anyways, drop your thoughts on this ride below, and while you're at it, make sure to hit the subscribe button to never miss an upload. I will be trying to make this a weekly series, but knowing my upload schedule, it probably will not happen. But as always, this is Zero G Coaster signing out. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and see you.